The Retro Buzz starts right after this.
Hey guys, it is Friday, so it's now time for the Retro Buzz, and we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna talk about some pinball and all that good stuff. And I have the bandage off, still red, still healing, but at least there's skin there. We're in good. We're making progress here. So hopefully next week it's not as red. But it's nice to be able to breathe, Glenn. It's nice to be able to have a normal nose. Been a long time.
It's called skin in the game. You got skin in the game.
I got skin in the game. I'm liking that. I got skin in the game. So battle scars, and you guys will be along for the journey to see that. But we've got Mr. Planamento, who gets to go back to work after the show. It's a fun time.
Oh yeah, it's a joy. Hey, got to bring home the 50 cents, man. The check's got to count.
And we've also got this guy who also costed me some money this week again.
You're welcome. Once again, stimulating the economy, just plugging along, trying to keep USA number one.
Well, I'm not trying to collect toys like this guy, but when you start seeing him unbox Masters of the Universe, something that you grew up with, and then your son happens to see it, so you're not only buying two, you're buying two of the same thing, so he can play with one you hanging on the wall. Thanks, Doug. I appreciate that.
You're supposed to buy 5.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not quite to yours, Doug. I'm not close to Glenn. I'm not going to put one in a bag. But
you got him, man.
Well, and then we've got Mario.
Thank you. I was just about to say, no, I'm Mario.
He's Cappy today. So we've got
no.
Daniel. Oh, now we're switching it now. Okay.
No, just do.
Oh, now you're gonna do both.
And then,
all right.
Where'd your son go? Mario just appeared out of nowhere. He's back.
So we've got him going.
That's Mario.
International man of mystery.
So we've got something really cool for you guys planned. I'm gonna turn it over to Glenn here in a few minutes to learn about a new documentary that's gonna be coming. Glenn.
Yeah, actually, a very good friend of mine, Zachary Wennington. He actually did the Viva Amiga documentary, I think in 2017, if not mistaken. However, on Kickstarter now, he's doing a new documentary on Arcade Dreams, 100 years of arcade history. And we have him here with us for a few minutes right now, as a matter of fact. So, Mr. Zachary, man, first of all, welcome to joining us on the Retro Buzz.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I love this. You guys are doing a real nice presentation here. Sure.
So my check cleared. Excellent. I was afraid about that. So tell us, you have this new Kickstarter going here. You obviously did a really good job. If people haven't seen the Viva Amiga documentary, you can go on YouTube. I think it's $1.99 if you want to watch it now. It's on there. But now is the Arcade Dreams. Tell us a little bit about your new Kickstarter here of 100 years of arcade history.
Yeah. Just after Viva Amiga came out, I was really happy because I never expected it to actually, be any, kind of like a real premiere. But yeah, it was kind of a sleeper hit for me. We got a distribution deal, and wound up getting a Hulu premiere and a lot of #1 spots on iTunes in all these different countries. It was just amazing. So I was like, okay, maybe people like my documentary, so I want to do another one. Originally, I was gonna do a documentary about Sega. And I started researching, some really old Sega history online, and I came across all these electromechanical Sega games that, I just had no idea existed. And I just, I started talking to the guy who owned him. He posted a bunch of videos on YouTube, just these crazy kind of proto video games. And that made me realize, like, well, maybe I should expand the topic and just, focus on a history of all kind of games,
So this one here, so you're going to try and concentrate and basically from the very beginnings till today, correct? You could try and hit everything in there.
Arcades just have a really weird, twisted history. Like arcade machines. As we know them, it goes all the way back to like speakeasies. Even before that, where people would go into bars and there'd be a primitive kind of game where it's like they kind of look like weird hybrids of slot machines and candy machines, right? So you play this game and you may win a cigar or something. You get like a ticket and give it to the guy behind the bar.
I always got a rock like Charlie Brown. I got a rock. Yeah, that's what I used to get.
Oh, I know. And like kids would play them too. Like like I'm learning about these speakeasies. Like people bring their whole family there. Like kids out smoking cigarettes in front of the place. I mean, it's old school, I guess. But yeah, I mean that's where it goes to. And just I'm learning a whole lot. About games that I never knew existed, and just being able to trace the evolution of games. I keep noticing that the same games just keep coming up over and over, and I feel like people who make games that they just kind of keep doing the same thing over and over with new technology and different variables.
So what are you trying to do with this Kickstarter? How much are you trying to raise? How much time to have people to help you with this?
95K, and that sounds like a lot. But it's not. Kickstarter takes a nice chunk. And of course, we've got a lot of really great merchandise that we're giving away, our backer rewards. Just really, I had a little seed money, and we hired these amazing artists to do all this graphic design for us. And we've got Zombie Yeti, who's promised to do a limited edition poster. We got another poster by the guy who did the poster for a little movie called Ready Player One. So that's got me kind of excited.
Very impressive.
Yeah, stuff like that, man. Yeah, we're trying to give this the deluxe treatment.
So I also know that Amiga Bill is involved with this, correct?
Yes, Amiga Bill, like my partner in crime. We met because of Viva Amiga. I was about 75% done with the film, and he approached me and was like, "Oh man, I wish I'd heard of this thing earlier because I'm just an Amiga freak. I'd love to help you in any way possible." And I was like, okay, Bill, well, it just turns out that we really need some additional B-roll. And I knew he had all kinds of Amigas and was just a real creative guy. And so I hadn't even met him, but, I told him what I needed, and he just shipped me a hard drive with some really beautiful footage on there. And, I talked to Bill for like a year or two before I found out that he's just this really, hot shot director of photography. Like,
he is, isn't he?
Getting all over the country, and I don't know, like, who are you hanging out today? Like, I don't know.
He won an Oscar. The guy won an Oscar.
Oh, but I didn't even know, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, is this guy to help me shoot a few shots for Viva Amiga? But, as the years went by, we said, oh, why don't we work together,
Well, we definitely want to have you on to talk about this a lot more. We want to get you on like an episode, go in depth in this. But so for right now, everyone watching this right now, go to Kickstarter. And you can look up the Arcade Dreams, or you can go to arcadedocumentary.com. That's arcadedocumentary.com. More information here, and I highly suggest you guys back them as best you can. A few dollars here and there, if you can, more so if you so choose. But he does great documentaries. If you really want to see what he does, look up Viva Amiga, and you'll get a basic idea of the kind of quality work he does. It's not my quality work. Okay, it's not like a Glenn Ricker show episode. This is good stuff. Okay. So Zach, again, I really appreciate you coming in for a few minutes right now to talk about it. We'll touch base again. We want to have you on to really talk about this in detail. Maybe we get Amiga Bill on as well.
That would be cool.
Yeah, we can talk this stuff.
I'm going to back some of this later on.
I grew up in arcades. I still go to arcades. I just love them. It's my favorite gaming experience.
We're all waiting for Richie Knuckles to open up his place again for the new Kong off. So, Zach, if you want to go to that, that's in Jersey, man. I'll let you know when that is. You can come down, and we will blow away a couple of quarters.
Hell yeah, it's on.
I wish we could talk to you more about it now. Like, I'm really interested in this, but it's such a busy week. We have so many things to cover today. Yeah. So, Zach, cool, I appreciate you coming on, my friend.
Oh, thanks, Glenn. Yeah, man. Can't wait to hang out more. You're the best.
Yeah. Thanks, Ed.
Awesome,
Okay.
man.
You
guys,
guys heard that are the best. You heard
Thanks
that.
for-
He said I'm the best.
we did hear that. Say it one more time so we can take the bite out of it and play it every time he comes on. He goes, "You're the best." We'll have a sound bite with that. But
Love it.
guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to thank one of our sponsors, Mr. Angel from This Ability, and we'll be back with some pinball talk right after this. I changed it.
For the title, yeah.
I changed it. We're back with more of the Retro
Perfect
Buzz.
timing.
My son is sitting here yelling at me, telling me it still says Mario Kart, but I did change it. It says the Retro Buzz.
It doesn't say it on YouTube.
Yes, it does, because
No.
I'm looking at it. Yes, refresh the page, Daniel.
Oh.
Oh, so that's my
Daniel's
son.
son.
That's
refresh
Mind
on.
blown.
that's what happens
Refresh
there.
off. Refresh
So-
on. Refresh off.
But
Oh,
guys,
there we go.
what we want to do here, we want to talk some pinball. We want to get you guys to call in. So we have a call-in system, not the phone line. We kind of discontinued that because we weren't really using it that often, but maybe down the road we'll do another phone system. But you can call in via video, and you go to call-in.tv/thetechbuzz, and you can call in and bring your lovely face up on video and talk to us. We want to talk about pinball.
Yeah.
Right.
I think there's a lot to talk about. There's 4 different major players right now in the pinball space, and I think, guys, I don't know if you guys agree with this, and I don't know if the audience agrees with it, but I think every one of them is going to have their own special place in the ecosystem for it. I mean, you've got ToyShock, AtGames, Arcade1Up, and you've got Well Played, right? That's the fourth company. Glenn, what's your thoughts on this with all the announcements, everything coming to light this week? Does ToyShock do they have a special place in your heart?
ToyShock can still, but not at the current price point. There's too many other players in there that have too, I won't say nicer, but a more improved experience. I think I Arcade has to pay me every time I say
I was
that.
just gonna say,
don't know.
Jung's gonna like make a fortune if somebody were to,
Copyright that. But the ToyShock again, they're working on their newer, more advanced version of that cabinet, which is going to improve certain things. I know the boards to the current users haven't gone out yet, but I do think there'll still be a market for them. But I do think that they may have to drop the price a little bit, just because with the Arcade1Up cabinet offers, the AtGames offers, and all the other ones coming on the market, I just think that the experience on that machine, I don't want to say it's not premium, but it's definitely geared more towards kids. And again, I want to put a stipulation, and that was always their design. They were designed for kids, not us big kids. But I do think was it $399 they were asking for there still? Is that correct in that?
Yeah, I think the price went up though on the newer ones. I think.
Yeah.
Well, they did
it had
add some new things in
additional
there.
features.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. But I think they should have kept it at the $399 with those added features versus raising the price. But again, I haven't seen it yet. No one really knows. We're totally speculating here. None of them have it in our hands other than the ToyShock right now that Steven has right now. And Doug, you don't have one, do you?
I don't. No.
So, I mean, I can't really talk anything good or bad points because I don't have one. But I will say that the original release, I took it for what it was, which was a kid's toy that us big kids just wanted, and it's not perfect. Hopefully, they can improve with the new model.
Doug, what about you? I mean, you're a big. I wouldn't say supporter, but you did see. I mean, the well played toys. You brought that out, and you were you're talking about. Does that kind of fall in the category with the ToyShock? I mean, are they considered another? I hate to say toy pinball because, and they're all toys, right?
Yeah, I mean, like Glenn kind of mentioned, all we have to do is speculate right now, because until these actually hit the market, we can't really assess or judge their quality of the content or anything. All we can read is the specs on paper, tables, things like that. Like you mentioned earlier, though, I think each one of these tables and these companies and everything, there's going to be a little something for everybody. It's going to be a Goldilocks type of scenario where something's going to be perfect for one person, but it's not going to fit well for another person type of thing. Certain people like older tables, certain people like new tables. It just really depends on your personal preferences, your taste, what you like. Do you like super animated tables? Do you like things that are based on real actual pinball tables that you grew up in playing, things like that? How much money you have, how much space you have, what features you're looking for. I mean, everyone's going to want a little something different out of each one of these companies, and I think that's why we're kind of blessed, so to speak, to be pinball fluent right now, where we have 4 different companies bringing virtual pinball to customers at an economical price point, because a year and a half ago we didn't have anybody, and now we've got 4 different offerings. I mean, that's very impressive from a consumption standpoint. I mean, we've got all these options that didn't even exist a year and a half ago, so that's great to see how much, I don't know, I guess cash is on the table in the marketplace. Because if there wasn't enough out there wouldn't be 4 different companies trying to vie for your hard-earned dollar.
I think too, a year ago when we started this show, and we said it would be really cool if the folks at Arcade1Up or some of these other guys would make a digital pinball machine, and everybody said that's impossible. They're never going to make it for sub $500. And here we are.
Yep.
But
I was one of them.
43 episodes later, and we're saying, like, now we have options. It's not that we have one option. We have options now. And, some people have even asked, they said, well, since the AtGames table is going to have everything that the ToyShock has, are you going to get rid of the ToyShock? And my answer was no, and they were surprised by it, because, I mean, the whole point of building your home arcade, right, is to have multiple machines. If that's what your goal is, I mean, that's
multiple pinballs.
Right. Having multiple pinballs,
having multiple arcade systems, multiple.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if your boyhood dream was, to grow up and walk into a room that looked like an arcade, you want multiple pinball machines lined up, just like you want multiple arcade machines. So there's absolutely room for everybody. You don't have to choose and pick and say it's this or nothing. I mean, some people for space reasons will have to make that decision, but a lot of us, we want multiple machines lined up. We want that variety. We want a little bit of everything.
I mean, I'm looking forward to, just like everybody else, the Arcade1Ups. I want the Star Wars. I know, Glenn, if they don't have the Kathleen Kennedy, you'll
Star Wars. Yeah.
Well, that's why houses have walls. You could put that Kathleen Kennedy artwork up against the wall where it belongs.
Well, and I know, Doug, you and I both said we're getting the AtGames, and we're gonna get the Star Wars pinball from Arcade1Up. But Arcade1Up hasn't said this to us, but I'm gonna say it because AtGames said it. Inventory is gonna be low, and I think that the same thing's gonna be true for Arcade1Up, and I think the same thing's gonna be true for ToyShock, because what are you going to do when you can't get the products to come in because the ports are backed up? That was one of the things that AtGames
we're still under a pandemic, so like nothing's changed.
There's nothing you can do.
So if you want these machines, whether whatever company it's from, like in 2020, if you want it, act as soon as you can as far as pre-orders and ordering and things like that. Don't wait and say maybe I'll get it next month or something like that, because chances are you're going to miss the boat, figuratively and literally.
I agree.
There's things you could take, though, when you're backed up, I think.
So we've got a comment here. Let's pull this up here in the chat. Oops, hit it off there. 32-inch versus 24-inch. Screen size difference is significant. In my honest opinion, artwork isn't much of a factor when the unit is scaled down to 1-up size AtGames for me. It goes back to Doug's space. Like, I originally, if you guys remember, when we started this and I got the ToyShock, I thought it was a perfect size, that 3/4 scale. I've not had a full size or 90% scale pinball machine in here. Like Doug, you and Glenn both have full size cabinets of arcades. I don't. So I might get the AtGames one in here and be like, okay, that's the one and done full size pinball or close to full size that I'm ever going to get, because ToyShock, Arcade1Up, and Well Played Toys did it right by doing 3/4 scale.
Yeah.
Right. And the weight
match with your ecosystem already. Yeah.
Yeah.
The weight, if you don't have a way to move it around, if you have to move it around, those smaller units are going to be better. I mean, the AtGames is going to be a pretty hefty machine, so you got to think about that as well. It's not just the size; it's the weight.
Yeah,
I think
me personally, I'm going to have to haul that up a flight of stairs. So,
yeah, your wife been helping you, man. She is not helping you at all.
No,
she's going to help him move it out.
And she'll stand at the top of the stairs and yell at me, "Watch the corners! Don't touch my walls!" Things like that. That's all I'll get from her, from help wise. Otherwise, it's just me carrying that on my back and trying not to fall down the stairs and die.
So P-Dub says, so the ToyShock is a nice alternative. You don't have all the bells and whistles, but a solid product, built very well, and at a decent price for what you get, especially with the new 1.3 board. That's another good thing to bring up. Linda Falk announced in the ToyShock official group this week, if you guys didn't see it, that the reason we haven't gotten the 1.2 boards is because they've identified even more flipper lag, which they've been totally transparent about and have gotten it. Which, again, I can't stress this enough. As long as they're communicating with us, I'll wait for the replacement. You got to do what you got to do. But now we're going to get the 1.3 board that's going to go in here. But again, I guess, guys, we're at the mercy of COVID, right? For getting this stuff in here. I mean, with the ports being backed up.
Fingers crossed. That's all you can do.
So I think it's good to have these alternatives and these options here. Some people that don't have the room, they might go with the AtGames machine because it brings a lot online gameplay, a lot of built-in titles. Even though they are older titles, people still have that nostalgia for it. Where
nothing wrong with old.
Yeah, I
was trying to be nice and say that. I was trying to be nice.
Trying to be nice.
But
this is called the classics. Okay.
Okay, the classic
Okay.
Gottlieb titles, and I like it. I like Black Hole. I like Haunted House. I think they're great games.
Classic, more like.
But I think
I was surprised though. Like in the AtGames, they have title licenses, right? They're going to start making pinballs based off title licenses. There was a Space Invaders pinball. I used to love that one. It had the sound and everything, and I'm hoping they could do something along the lines of bringing that one back. If anyone's seen that game, Space Invaders pinball was awesome. It had the xenophobe on the.
I was getting ready to say the only one I know. It looks like an alien. Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Spaceman. It was great. I want
for whatever reason,
I
didn't think it was associated with like Space Invaders Taito, but yeah, that's there's one regionally for sale in my area on a Facebook Marketplace not too long ago, and I looked at it and I was like,
"Don't tell him that."
It's like an alien arcade, not a Space Invaders.
No, yeah, that's it, man. Oh, you're killing me. So you can make Steven spend his money on He-Man stuff. You can't get me a Space Invaders pinball.
I mean, it's slightly different price points.
Yeah, just a little bit different price points.
Yeah. I think this person wanted $2,400 and didn't look to be in the best shape. So
okay, so let's talk about that with price point, right? So the highest price point right now, I think we're looking at is, I think it's AtGames at $599, right? Because I think Arcade1Up is
$600,
is $549, $550.
$500, $550 in between there somewhere.
Right.
So a lot of people in the chat room are saying, the Legends has more value for their dollar, and it really depends on what you classify as value. And I'm not
right.
I'm trying to be straight down the middle. You guys know what I'm buying, you know what I'm getting, but being straight down the middle, the Arcade1Up machine looks really good. It has the graphics, it has the more newer games. Maybe if somebody wants more the newer pinball, they're going to go for that even at that price. I mean, $550 and $600 isn't a lot to split hairs over. I mean, you're talking $50, right? And so I think that's why we decided I want all three. I want to compare all three. I want to be honest, because somebody in the chat room here said, let me see if I can find it. Leah Moore says, competition is great. And I'm going to pull this up because it is absolutely, because we win when all this competition happens, because innovation
Yeah,
Right.
people innovate, they create better product.
Right.
It pushes technology, it pushes costs down for the most part, because you would assume a lot of these companies are going to be buying a lot of similar components, which draws the price points of those components down if larger quantities out there for the market. So I mean, everyone's going to win in the long run as these companies compete and push each other left and right to advance their products one way, shape, or form. The consumers are going to win, and the best products are going to win overall.
And I think
You know what? Another thing we didn't talk about is something as simple as brand loyalty.
yeah.
I mean, a couple of years ago, people wouldn't have thought about people being diehard Arcade1Up fans or diehard AtGames fans. I mean, there's becoming a divide with that. But that's part of the equation, though. There are people they want Arcade1Up. They like the look of their machines. They want to keep the same products in their house. And the same with going with AtGames now. They have their product line, and they're doing like an ecosystem of products.
Yeah.
What runs on one's going to pretty much run on all of them.
Mhm.
Now the ToyShock obviously is a single product right now, and that's okay. But there may be people that will still be buying an item because of the company and they're loyal to that brand, which is fine. But it's just something to talk about.
But
Yeah.
see,
Well, also kind of goes back to that aesthetic of having certain things lined up in a row. Like if you're already deeply invested in Arcade1Up, you got multiple cabinets. You're liking the pinballs. You want to see multiple pinballs lined up. I mean, obviously, all three different offerings from Arcade1Up are going to go nice cohesively together.
there he
lined
goes,
up in a row.
trying to make me spend more money. See this?
I'm
See
just
this?
saying. I'm just saying. I've been working like a freaking good little worker bee all year so I could buy all these things.
Hey.
I've already said I'm buying everything I can.
Hey.
So I mean, you already know where my money's going. It's just a matter of how am I going to fit it in this house. That's my problem. But
That's
yeah, go for it. Go shoot, Daniel.
Dad's already almost broke, so why are you getting him more broke?
Oh,
That's what I say to him all the time. What do you think? Money grows on trees?
Yeah, wow.
It does actually. Where do you think paper comes from? Comes from trees. So the answer is yes,
Yeah.
Daniel. Money grows on trees.
But let's talk about, even like you said, brand backing. With quality. I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, every company has problems with quality control. Whether you're a big company, whether you're a small company, but like let's take the ToyShock. Okay, despite the board that only, and I've mentioned this before, that only probably, if I were to guess, and I'm sure if ToyShock was around, they could answer this, but I'm saying maybe 50 people made a stink about the flipper lag, because I said this before. I've had people over and play it. They didn't really notice it. They're just kind of game people. They're casual gamers.
Yeah, well, there's a difference between a casual person and an enthusiast.
But
Like
then
a
when they
casual
play it on another
gamer,
cabinet or they play it, then they're going to notice it, right? So obviously
Mhm.
ToyShock's trying to make it. My point is the quality level. You don't see many people complaining and saying, "Oh, my board died in my ToyShock," which I think is really good for a company that was first to the market with it. And Arcade1Up, they have that backing. They have the people rushing out to buy. Heck, I got 13 cabinets in here. Yeah, I got too many. Don't remind me.
No,
but I keep making more room for more, right?
You got 14 cabinets.
So
And then
Oh,
you
you
can
got
have
the
brand,
15
and now-
then 16.
And now AtGames has kind of pulled me into the ecosystem, right? Just like you guys, because now you could cross play, and so it's kind of Doug. I think you said it best off the air about Xbox and Sony and Switch, Nintendo. The guys, we're buying this stuff because there's certain things on each one that we really like, right?
Yeah, there's certain features or certain games, like I said, tables, whatever, if you want to keep it on the pinball reference or whatever. But there's something for everybody in each ecosystem, each realm, each world, whether it be price point, size, tables, design, aesthetics. There's nothing wrong with liking one particular one, and there's nothing wrong with liking them all. I mean, there's going to be something for everybody. I personally own an Xbox. I personally own a PlayStation. I personally own a Nintendo Switch. I play them all. I enjoy them all for different reasons, and there's nothing wrong with it, in my opinion. Obviously, there's people that will always, fight tooth and nail and tell you Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, they're better than the other, and that's fine. People love to be passionate about things like that, but at the end of the day, just play the games you enjoy and enjoy them for what they are.
Well, and
I like mine in the box.
Well, and I think,
yeah, or leave it in the box like Glenn.
I thought about this because somebody mentioned here. I gotta find it. plenty of room. Let's get okay. So there's racing cabinets. So let me pull this up. So it's a matter of time, right? We heard the rumors flying around. I guess John D had stated that there's going to be a racing cabinet coming.
My wife is loaded.
Yeah. So I mean, there's plenty of room. So I'm obviously going to want to get a racing cabinet because I love the sit down Star Wars, right? So now I got to figure this out. Okay, you guys are making me spend money. This is insane. But no, in all seriousness, So there's going to be some, and I'm surprised there's not going to be any more players coming with pinball. What if? All right, now I'm looking into the crystal ball. What if Arcade decides to do a pinball table that has the experience, and he calls it the experience pinball table,
or a pinball table that has all the pinball games on it?
Wow.
I don't think you're gonna find that.
Yeah.
But
licensing kind of runs into that.
Yeah, there's definitely probably gonna be some other people waiting in the wings to see how this all plays out, because as we've already seen in a year and a half's time, how quickly the pinball game is developed, so to speak. There's tons of money to be had in the retro gaming and home arcade business right now, and I think there's tons of companies out there seeing and noticing that, and they say, hey, I want a piece of that pie. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Arcade or another company come out of left field with a similar product, or some maybe downscaled version, or maybe just a full scale pinball machine that isn't that $3,000 somehow. Maybe it's just 1,000, something like that. We'll see all sorts of crazy things, I'm sure, in the next year or two.
What do you think, Glenn? Because you're running out of room just like me. I mean, I've been positioning things.
Well, I have a tent for Cole outside, so I have another room I can attack. But my concern, as we talked about it since like episode 1, is market saturation. I do worry, because we're in a renaissance right now, right? Everything is going very well. Classic gaming is back in full force. Companies are jumping on the bandwagon. But I'm from the old Atari days. I remember the crash. I remember everything collapsing, and I worry about that, because Doug's right. There's plenty for everyone, but there's still a finite limit to how many wives you allow the husbands to bring home another machine or something like that. So that's my only real concern is I like innovation. I like these new machines coming out, but like you said, I am literally, if I move too quick, I might be crushed under Zaxxons and Nintendos and Ataris. And we all know my son would care less. They'll end up in the street.
But that's such a beautiful way to go, Glenn. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to go, that's the way you want to go.
Well, that's one of the ways. That's one of the ways.
That's the way you can say on air without, embarrassing.
But, that comes down to the point, because, like, I hate selling off the ones I have. Like, when I buy something, I love it, and I don't want to hold on to it. But new things do come out. So things like, like the new wave toys, where they're smaller machines. I'm really digging those now, because I got more room for those. I can put them on a shelf, and I have them. But it doesn't quite match the feeling of sitting in front of an Arcade1Up, when you're sitting down or with the riser standing up. Feel like you're playing the original machine, But there's only so much you can do with that. So I still wish that that they bring back like the Play Choice 10 or the Neo Geo with a cartridge base, like a nice cabinet, magnetic sides. You can put artwork on the sides, real easy. Download or get your your officially licensed game pack, maybe 5 or 6 games. You drop it in, an LCD marquee will show that on the top. Like we have now with the Pixelcade. That would be my dream. If one of these companies could come out with just a shell with a cartridge slot, with an LCD at the top as well as the screen, magnetic sides, that would be it. Because I can have one machine and just keep buying the stuff they want to buy. I can buy them.
You're not going to see cartridge games anymore, man. Come on.
Okay, fine. You want to do your digital downloads.
Well, wait a second. I shouldn't say that, because Switch still has cartridge games, if you want to call it.
Yes,
a cartridge.
it does. Ha!
It's like, no.
I mean, they look like SD cards.
I was going to say they're like a little SD card, so I'll give you that one as a card.
Yeah, I would still like to see. When I say cartridge, it could be like a huge plastic housing,
but they last longer.
There.
They'll last longer,
and they load faster too.
They load faster, yeah. Well, and here's the other thing we didn't really discuss here with all this pinball stuff coming in too. What about retailers? Is there a certain size that, AtGames hasn't even really said if it's going to be physically in the store, and I think originally when they came out with the Legends Ultimate, the depth of it had to change. Remember when it was like, I think it was an inch off depth, and for Walmart,
For Walmart, Costco could take it.
Is this going to be an online only where Arcade1Up now can have their pinball physically in a store because it's 3/4, and will ToyShock and all these other well-played toys, are they going to have some kind of space?
Good point.
In
Good
there.
point.
Yeah. Because I mean, you know good and well that you're going to get a lot of impulse buys, especially holiday season, with people when they actually see things on the shelf, a retail box, as opposed to just online sales. I mean, it's that impulse of, holy cow, there's a pinball machine at Walmart. Honey, did you see this type of thing? And then boom, next thing you know, they're loading it into a shopping cart, smiling ear to ear, getting ready to go home and play some pinball. 20 minutes previous, they didn't even know it existed, but now they're, beaming, grinning like a schoolgirl, because they've got this new toy to take home and enjoy over the holidays.
I mean, I'm not going to lie.
Both good points. You brought up good points because you brought up size and putting it into a place, and Doug's right, impulse buy.
Yep.
But to even have the impulse buy in something like this, you need to see it. Arcade1Up's been very good about having the machine on display for people to play and try. Will Walmart have space to put a huge, 80% AtGames machine? I mean, Costco might. But more people are going to go to Walmart than Costco. So, Doug, that's a really good point. And Steve, that's a good point.
Well, Daniel, do you remember when we got the Rampage cabinet? We were just walking around and we saw it sitting there. And we started playing it. And I kind of begged your mom to let me buy it. I was like, this is so awesome. I had never seen an Arcade1Up before.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, you got to try it before you buy it, which, when you're talking $300, $400, $500, $600, that's something a lot of people want to do, and I don't blame them a bit because, that's
and we did. It was pre-COVID. We played it, and you guys thought it was cool. And then we ended up going back, 2 days later and getting Street Fighter.
Because, and to be honest, aside from Arcade1Up, I haven't seen any, TV commercials promoting these things. So you can't even see it that way. Most people want to know it exists. You walk to a store, see it in a box, a big box, a 150-pound box. You may be like, I don't know. And then the price tag. So being able to see it and try it is important. And I think it's a good point that you may not get that at a Walmart with that. Again, I don't know. I have no idea if they have anything like this out there.
I'm being corrected. I forgot about the Evercade. I'm sorry, Glenn. There is cartridges. I forgot about it.
Yeah. Well, it's handheld, but yeah.
Yeah, it's still cartridge. I'll give it to him. But I mean, until we get our hands on this, okay. So John D is here. Let's see. What does he say here? Let's put his comment up here. He said 3/4 scale pinball machines can fit in Target, Walmart, Best Buy, and many retailers. So I think
we go. So
I think it really boils down to what you want. I mean, there's going to be guys out there that may want the AtGames pinball machine, which is going to be
simply don't have space. Yeah.
They don't have space. So I think.
See what I think. I think what John D should do to prove his point is get one of them sent up to the International Space Station. What better is showing how much space it takes up than in space? John D,
you don't
happen, buddy.
You don't have to worry about physics of the ball because it's all
right,
virtual. I mean, everybody wins. Like, strap in and go ahead and play. I don't know that the government's going to support that, but Tesla might. Tesla will send it up. They don't care.
They can orbit Mars. They can take the Mars attacks and orbit Mars with it.
Yeah, that's it. So it'll be interesting. But give me a second here. We have a caller calling in here. Hang on. I gotta send him over to the studio. Daniel, can you lean forward a little bit, please?
I miss Quagmire. I hope it's Quagmire. I haven't heard from him in a while.
I maybe he's calling in to announce that he's going to have a new pinball lineup. We have John and
Oh my goodness.
Hey, John D-Dubs, welcome.
I would ask how you guys are doing, but I can already tell by your facial expression and the adult beverages in your hands how you're doing.
We're a little high.
So now
don't say hi.
So now's a prime time to say this. So John, iArcade pinball table that's coming out next year, right? Kickstarter.
Tomorrow, my friend. Tomorrow.
Oh, there it is.
Good stuff.
Also with that drink holder too, right?
Oh, yeah. You know what? Wait, let's talk about that for a second. Of all the pinball tables that have come out, nobody has made any add-on attachments for drink holders. Nobody.
Not officially,
then-
anyway.
Not
There's
official.
like
3D
some-
printed ones.
Yeah.
There's 3D
Yeah.
printed ones. There are.
There's some on the Thingiverse that you could print yourself. if
Oh,
you got a
okay, 3D
print,
printed
but
ones.
yeah.
I'm talking about
Besides, Steven, your son is right there.
what?
Yeah.
Your son's right there.
Yeah, he can hold it.
He's your
got-
drink holder.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a posable thumb.
Well, you know what?
He can hold.
People are doing that. People are setting them on the tops of the glass, and they're setting them on the, the plastic. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's one thing. Every one of these pinball machines needs to come with an ashtray, a cigarette, butt chewed up can type of thing
Yeah.
there, so you can get that real pool hall arcade experience. It needs to have chewing tobacco on the base of the legs where people just spit.
Apple juice. This apple juice is 5% alcohol by volume, John.
Apple.
This is the best apple juice ever.
This apple juice makes you happy.
Just a little bit.
You got some of those fermented apples, I see.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hey guys, did you know that Jong has a secret room with all kinds of secret products
Uh-oh.
about to be released?
Does it happen to be a pinball table? Is it a pinball table?
Maybe.
Well, everyone else is doing pinball.
All right. Well, so
You gotta
so,
pinky
so are you trying to drop an exclusive here, John? Go ahead. Hit us with the pinball.
It's up to you, man. It's your company.
Well, I can tell you about. We have a lot of these.
We have
Yeah,
a lot of beer.
We have a lot of these.
We have a secret room filled with beer.
How many more is it going to take for it to spill the beans?
Maybe about 20.
Guys, give me like 20 minutes. 20 more minutes.
Why?
I'll
Why
get it
should
out
we?
of the-
He almost had me, by the way. He
Never
almost
give
had
him
me.
20 minutes,
Now,
guys.
now, like seriously though, John, has this
All right.
has it crossed your mind about thinking about doing a pinball machine since everybody else is bringing one and put your spin on it? Literally.
It depends. It depends. I mean, I don't want to do everything that everybody else is doing. If we're able to make it so different and so awesome, then we'll think about it. But if we cannot do it, then we're not going to touch it. So we want to be an innovative company. We don't want to.
That must be my problem. That's my problem right there.
Yeah.
They don't want to touch this, man. They can't touch this.
I don't know the way
Yeah.
P-Dubs was describing the
Hammer problem.
the P-Dubs was describing the sound from the Arcade earlier. Could you imagine if he puts that sound into a pinball machine? It's going to blow you every time, every time you hit the ball or something. It's going to feel like it's
It's a
flying
good thing.
through
It
the
won't
window.
affect the ball trajectory because it's virtual.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Put the subwoofer in there.
All right. So, guys, 100 watt speakers are. It's a bit extreme. I mean, John, like seriously, bro, like way too loud.
He couldn't hear me after listening to that audio.
Way too loud.
Well, that's easy.
And I know sometimes I've given other arcade companies crap for, we put our little 2 watt or 5 watt speakers in there, but even 121 gigawatts is too much.
But John,
It's too loud.
John, it's easy to not listen to him. I've learned over 13 episodes of Legend Center to tune him out. It's easy. You just got to get used to it.
Crank it up. Just got to crank up the volume.
Yeah, I may go the other way and get a 200 watts next time.
No.
Can
Well, you know
someone-
what though? I did tell John D. I would love for him in a future edition of Star Wars to put a subwoofer in the seat of that. And I'm
Yes.
trying to figure out a way to do a mod with that because a couple of my buddies were sitting there like, man, if this seat rumbled, it would feel like you're really in the
Yeah.
cockpit of that. It'd be kind of cool. So that was something we were
Well,
discussing.
but you know what? Since they had a custom emulator put in there, no reason why they couldn't have like a rumble pack built into hits, and that would be awesome actually.
That would be very awesome. So
Heck yeah.
coupled with your controller that you have, yeah, or
Yeah,
steering.
well, yep.
Yoke.
Just the yoke.
The yoke.
The yoke's on OU. The yoke. Yeah, it is shipping to people. So
Oh,
it is. But again, I don't know how the ships are going right now. but they are shipping to people, so they should be getting them shortly.
It's
If I mean
currently
shortly,
whirling in a circle outside the coast there.
so let's ask
Yep.
John that while he's here. We were talking about with people getting pre-orders with these pinball tables and all these new products that are coming out. Are you foreseeing, because of COVID and the ports getting backed up, are you foreseeing issues coming up in in stock when people start to order the iArcade. Do you feel that there's going to be a shortage at some point?
That's a fantastic question. I think there will be shortage. I think a lot of people, we have a lot of demand, right? And at least in the beginning, I don't think we'll be able to fulfill all the demands that we have. So I think there will be shortage. Will there be a issue with the ports? It depends. I did hear that because of COVID, they have people shortage. So port issue and trucking issue, that issue will be there. Will it impact us? I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah. I think
that's always a good thing. That's a good thing when you have so many people wanting something, you have a shortage. That's a good thing.
But, I totally agree.
But I think it's something that we've been trying to tell people, because I know they ride the companies. I mean, we've watched them ride a ton of other companies about it. Like, come on, I'm waiting for the product. Get it when the pre-order goes.
Yeah, it'll happen when it happens. Simple as that. I mean, I'm just as guilty as everybody else. I want my pinball yesterday. I want my iArcade yesterday. Things like that. But I also understand there's a worldwide pandemic. There's all sorts of logistical nightmares going on right now. Part of it I'm actually to blame for, because I'm the idiot that's ordering all these medical supplies.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
So I'm my own worst enemy there, because I'm ordering containers full of gloves and gowns and things like that for the medical world that's getting, preferential treatment at the ports, as it should be, over things like arcades and pinballs. So double-edged sword.
John, we need to talk. Me and you got to talk, man. I want to make my stuff compatible with your machine. I'm sure it is already, but I want to see the Star Wars yoke, Tron. I want to see all that stuff on your machine. So we should talk.
Let's definitely talk.
All right.
I love you. By the way, I've seen some of the things that you've done. I think they're awesome. So let's definitely talk.
Thank you.
Let's definitely talk.
Thank you. I mean, let's not forget that John said I had a nice smile. So
that was the beer talking.
I am putting my drink down. I will say, Glenn, you have the best smile in the world. Period.
Hey, there you go. There's
you know what? See, that's just so nice, man.
But you know what, Glenn? We couldn't see it last week, or when we did the special AtGames episode, because you had the goatee and you couldn't see. You're just looked like a shadow right there.
I did, yeah. The
ladies love it, though. The ladies loved it.
That's why he
Glenn
shaved
might
it.
Have the,
like
Glenn
a Wookiee,
might have the best smile. Glenn might have the best smile, but he doesn't have an iArcade backpack.
Whoa!
Nor does he have an iArcade hat.
Look at that swag!
All stuff we're giving away to people coming to the party tonight.
So wait.
About that, Glenn.
So then why are you wearing the Nostalgia hat then instead of the iArcade hat?
Well, because apparently I need to shut my channel down. I need to become Dubstalgia and start some rebranding. So, that's right, guys. We're rebranding Dubstalgia, coming soon.
Oh boy, yeah, the iArcade swag. So everybody's asking
real
about
quick,
that.
we had a super chat here from Wagner's Tech Talk. Just wanted to throw that out there. Wagner, thanks, man. We appreciate you too. Great channel, Wagner's Tech Talk. Love it.
Absolutely. He created a nice little help me tutorial thing for the Powkitty A12 device, because I had tested it and messed with it, and it had all sorts of weird language issues and configuration issues, and he outsmarted the thing, and he's like, here, let me fix that for you. So hats off to that guy.
Well, and speaking, I'm going to pull this up because I can't find the super chat in the chat to pull this up. But this is an important question for P-Dubs from Wagner. It's been 15 minutes. Ask him about pinball again. Come on, P-Dubs.
5 more minutes. Hey,
but no,
John, can you go get us some more beers?
But you know what, though? I do agree. I do like John's take on that, if we're going to be completely serious and transparent with this. About if he's going to innovate with it, because I think just bringing a pinball table to the market just to say he brought a pinball table, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, if you look at all the heavy players right now, there's innovation in each one of them. So whether you like one or the other, it's not important. But if John can do something different that the others, I think it would be cool. So then, John, that's another I got to find a place to put that now too.
Yeah, I like to see it. So why don't you show us now? I want to see it.
Yeah.
Roll it out. Let me see
So
it.
just kind of roll it out.
Reserve a spot. We'll get something else for you.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, regarding pinball, I think there are several pinball tables coming out. I think they're fantastic. And again, right, if we have pinballs that are that good, I don't see this as an area that we'll go into unless we have something that's innovative. But I just saw the name John D. That's who is in this chat room. If this is John D, that I think
Yeah,
who it is
from Arcade1Up.
Yes,
Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to John D. That I think you're doing fantastic work, and I love your work. And keep it up. I think you're doing something awesome for this industry. So let's make this industry awesome happen together. I really like you a lot.
Very good. And then John D said, "Hey, John, tell Mish." Yeah, I said, "What's up? We're both ex-Sony boys."
Oh, nice. I will definitely do so.
The Sony boys are back in town. Sony boys are back in town.
Now Glenn's
By the
drinking
way,
beer.
I'm also a Sony boy too. So us Sony boys, I think we need to unite. Woo.
Okay, he's had too many already.
John
just starting a boy band. Sony boys.
John says he's jealous of the Dragon's Lair. He said.
He should be. It's awesome.
Hashtag
you have
P-Dubs
a lot of
drunk.
awesome products too. So John D, I think you're awesome.
Oh wait, is that Daniel? Is Daniel on tonight?
Yeah, he's sitting here. I don't know what he's.
Oh,
Can you
there
see
he
him?
is.
He's right there.
All right.
He's right there.
I want you guys to know that I only tune in on Friday nights to see Daniel giving people crap. Like,
No. P-Dubs. You're getting everything wrong. I only pick on Glenn.
I know. What I don't think
That's
you
what he meant,
know-
Daniel. That's what he meant.
You know, guys, I don't think you've realized Daniel has taken over the show. Like, this is the Daniel show. Like,
P-Dubs.
I don't care. Cool Toy who? I come here for Daniel, baby.
Yeah.
I'm here
You
for
literally,
Daniel.
one of the shows, you literally put the comment, vote Daniel for president. I'm not even elected.
Exactly.
I'm an 8-year-old.
I vote for you.
Oh, John.
There you go.
Hey, I look forward to the day where I can sit back and produce and be off camera, and he can do all of it and sit here, and then I just sit here and press buttons and switch cameras and pull up whatever he needs. That'll be the day. So we're breaking him in. We'll get him.
Yep.
We'll get him to that. But what else? Do we get any? I'm looking through the chat room here. Anything else that I need to pull up here? I think you guys would agree. I don't know if you heard it earlier, but I think there's room for everybody in this space. I think there's going to be something in the market for every single person in every single budget. And I think that's the beauty of it. We're going to be critical because this is what we do. We review stuff, right? It's our job to get out there to look at it and say, this is a shortcoming, because we're hoping that it's going to make the product better. But I think sometimes the guys that are using this stuff in there, I think they get too into it. They feel like they're too mission curl. I mean, John, how many times did you change the design after you got feedback from different people, and including myself? I mean, we've given you feedback and you've changed it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I say maybe 10 million 2 times.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because that's the whole point. You're trying to make it so it's better for the,
Is that even a number? 10 million, 2?
Yeah. 11 days.
3.
11 days.
He lost count after the other beers he had, right?
We're almost there. Got 2 more minutes, so good.
Yeah,
Keep
Wagner's
going.
Wagner's
That's an
reminded.
important thing that companies need to do is listen to that feedback and act on it, because at the end of the day the consumers are going to drive what you do. If you turn a blind eye and say, no, I know better than I know what they want, they want this and this, and your consumers are giving you feedback and say, no, we want to see these changes, and you don't listen to them, well, then obviously they're going to go elsewhere with their dollars and their business.
Yeah.
It's nice to see the companies respond to the feedback, and reciprocate it and turn it into something positive, as opposed to just like building up a wall and say, no, we know better than we know better than you. We know what you want.
Right. And that's what Kevin's saying here. Without feedback, iArcade would not be where they are today, and actually listening to it. So that's for you, John.
Thank you so much, and I completely agree with you. And we definitely 120% intend to listen to every single people and make it happen.
You were so drunk.
I think I'm gonna have to remake the show card for this. It says Jong and P-Dubs are drunk and have them both like with a screen capture of that.
Hey guys, we are 120% listening to you right
Wait,
now.
How are you gonna
You want a
do?
marquee? We're putting a marquee on it.
do
I'll do it today.
how are you?
Today.
How are you gonna do the
They already did it. They already
No,
did the
I mean,
show.
I mean, yeah, the Legend Center. If you're drunk, how's
Oh,
that
that-
gonna make any sense?
Oh, there is no more Legend Center, Daniel. We got canceled.
Good job.
For drinking.
Good job. You just got drunk. Congratulations. Should I give you a cookie?
Here you go, everybody. There, you could screen grab that or film it with that.
We got canceled.
You know what? I think we need to start a new Friday trend here. We need to have P-Dubs Jung on after a few drinks. Come on, every week.
Well,
There we go.
it's funny. We did say we want to do this, and we want to get your guys' opinion. We want to do a call-in show at least once a month to talk about, to unpack all this stuff, so you guys aren't just listening to us ramble about this stuff. We're going to work on getting a phone system. I know not everybody wants to call in. The phone system we did have, it was on trial. I may buy it. It's just really expensive for what it is. But maybe we'll do, like Glenn mentioned, there's an Android service. There's also Skype service. I have a Skype number. We'll do that to where you can call in with an actual phone. It was too soon to get it set up. But we want you to be able to call in and give your thoughts and opinions on everything we're unpacking, what these
We
guys
wanna
are
be,
unpacking.
We're a community show. We want you guys to join in and be
Yes.
part of the show. So when like John comes on, or anyone else comes on the show, you have a chance to talk to these people. Right? You
Jong,
want to be able to talk to John.
John, notice he's leaving out the other guy there.
wait, I know what they're
Jong.
unpacking.
Who else is there?
I know what Jong and P-Dubs are unpacking. Beer boxes.
Adult beverages.
Yeah, beer boxes. That's the secret. There it is.
Oh my God, he knows. He found out.
He's taking over.
Oh yeah, somebody just said, okay, so we do a Discord channel. So let me do that. Let me get. We have a guy that's really good in Discord when he's sober. So what we'll do is we'll start up a Retro
Caveat.
Buzz. We'll start up a Retro Buzz Discord channel, and I'll pipe it in through the computer over there, and then you guys can call in for that call-in show. That's a really good idea, Bobby Broadway. I like that idea. So it's free,
On
it's
Bobby
easy.
Broadway, on Broadway.
So we'll try to do that once a month and try to get you guys, because we do. And you guys can call in if the link's still there. There's still another opening, and you can come on if you got a question for Jong before we wrap this up here in a few minutes. If he can even remember his name. Well, we don't know.
I
that
want to
yet.
see how fast can P-Dubs and John drink one right now. We'll put up a fresh can, drink
Uh-oh.
one
Wait,
down
Chug off.
now,
Uh-oh, a
and
drink
then
off.
let's see what's in that room.
How
Let's see what's
how
in that room.
long can they hold their bladders with so many beer in their bladder?
I don't know. Well, you notice P-Dubs ran away because he probably had to. He probably had to
just
use
fell
the
over.
restroom.
He just fell over.
Either we get another can, or he went to his bladder.
Or he might.
Or he
Can
went
or
to
a
get
can?
he went to get a secret product. Wait, what does he have in his hand?
Oh, another beer.
Uh-oh. He
Good
got
job,
it.
John, revealing your secrets to the world.
I was gonna say, or maybe he's just getting another box of beer and then just going over there.
No,
and
we had to
just
get a
doing it.
refresher.
All right, John. So John D's got a real question for you. Why aren't you turning red? He said.
My friend, I've been drinking this liquid for about 30, 40 years or so. By the
He's
way,
immune to it.
yeah, I'm definitely a liquid drinker,
Yeah.
and I would love to drink liquid with you.
And not only that,
Jeez.
and not
Just
only
keep
that,
drinking
guy,
solid.
I come to Chicago, I find out John D's not the only one with the vape pen. What's going on?
Oh!
Someone in the chat
This
room.
guy
Chris-
vaping all over the office like he's the man, you know?
Hold on.
But, John doesn't have to hire models, so he's got girls all over the place.
Oh,
back
yeah.
there. They're all over. They're all over the place
Okay.
back there, baby.
So
By the way, do you see how red Patrick's faces.
It's because I'm Irish.
Okay.
Well, he's not used to the Chicago cold yet.
There you go.
Yeah.
Someone,
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm from here. I haven't been back in 3 years. So
Someone-
Oh, there you go.
like,
someone in
it's
the
been
chat.
cold.
Someone in the chat room. Chris A said, "Ask Jong what is his favorite beer."
All right.
An
Let me
open
see.
can.
Oh, yeah.
Let me show you. I'll be back.
Oh, he's gonna be back.
I assume the answer is cold.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right. So while he's gone, okay. So in the back room are these totally new products, like new stuff. Oh shit! Oh, all right, hang on. Hey, sorry.
Oh, thanks, Patrick.
I wasn't giving away any secrets.
He just
Yeah,
told us about the pinball.
Right.
Oh, he
that's all.
did. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The pinball.
Okay. So he only gave out 1 out of the 100 that we have.
Yeah.
That's fine.
There you go.
Okay. So to answer your question, this is Chicago local. It's very, very good. But
Pseudo soup.
Pseudo Soup. This is the #1 pale ale liquid for the last 10 years. And this one was developed by somebody who used to work for me. And it's amazing.
Sounds
Don't
like
need
we
to
have
print it.
samples sent in. Need some samples.
It's good stuff. It's
Wait,
good
so Glenn's saying so for every iArcade that you buy, you're sending one of them with it, right?
Oh no.
I see the challenge to drink off. There you go.
Wait,
Yeah.
whoever.
Hanging out with Jong has been an experience. That's for sure.
We keep saying, John, you need to copyright that saying. Like whatever next machine you come out with, the next machine needs to be called the Experience.
There you
I
go.
will make sure.
Code name it.
Code name the
I will
Experience.
put the word experience on the marquee and light it up.
There we
That's
go.
it.
Now
There
you're talking. Now
So
you're
between
talking.
him and then Bobby Voo with "Clean Like a Mother."
That's
we'll
right.
start a trend.
This is how we know Glenn's drunk.
Glenn's not drunk. That's the
Yeah.
thing. He's not because he's got to go back to
Actually,
work.
this
Glenn's gotta
is
go to
me.
work. Yeah. Glenn's got to
You
go to
don't.
work.
You
after
have
this.
not seen me drunk, boy. If you have, oh boy.
No, I've seen you drunk a lot of times
No, you haven't.
on the shows.
Oh, he has not been drunk on the show.
Yeah.
No.
So you see, this is my local drink of choice right here. See if it comes up. There we go.
Hey, that's wipes. That's wipes.
This is the stuff. This is the stuff.
It literally says
And
on
then, and then you chase it with some, rubbing alcohol.
the.
Oh wow.
Glenn.
That's a hard night. Hard night.
Glenn. The Clorox thing literally says wipes. Do you just lick off the wipes and then just toss them in the trash?
He wrings them
No,
out like a
she-
rag, you know.
Yeah.
Right. It cleans you as it goes. It just cleans you out.
Oh, so
Goes down smooth.
so that's why your voice is a little pitchy.
Wow.
Well,
Okay.
any
I
final
don't know what he's
questions?
talking about.
Any final questions for any of this going on here? I think we're about wrapped up.
Yeah.
We've about wrapped it up.
Going on here. We don't even know.
Oh, they're entertained. We wanted it to be kind of like a.
In all seriousness, although Jong, right? Although Jong and I are not our normal selves, we've actually had a lot of fun. This has been a great experience for me personally, coming out here, hanging out with Jong and his team, learning more about his business. We have filmed a lot of exclusive content, which we'll be putting on my new channel, Dubstalgia. So yeah.
No,
So keep
do
it
it. Call it dubstep.
Dubstep. All right. Yeah. So yeah, so we got a lot of good stuff coming your way, guys, and we've had a lot of fun. And I gotta say, with the way the machines are, I think folks who participated in the Kickstarter and are looking forward to getting them next month or shortly thereafter, you guys are gonna be happy. I've been very impressed with the controls, with the screens, with obviously the sound. I mean, it's fun. I think Jong is bringing something different to the marketplace, and there is an appetite for everything. There's plenty of room in this sandbox for everybody, and I think a lot of folks are really going to enjoy this.
I got one question though. Jong's been hyping up the experience. Has it lived up to the experience?
Well, combined with alcohol, everything. Everything lives up to the experience with alcohol.
No, just lay off.
My strategy.
There you go.
I got him to drink. I got him drunk, and then I showed him the device.
Using your head. That's good thinking.
Wait, no. Just lay off the alcohol. Lay off the alcohol, and then show him the device.
All right, so we've got a few here. Let's pop this off here really quick. Here we've got a few people with questions here in the chat room. Social distancing, please. Somebody said that. Jamie says that here. This is probably a question.
Okay.
This is probably a question for John D. But if he's still in the chat room, David Caps wants to know any news yet on the Star Wars Pinball. If you didn't see it, I did post a link. They do have it up on the website where you can be notified when the pre-orders go. I think I posted that the other day. Let's see. Bobby Vu. I think he liked your impression.
John D said soon. Soon.
So awesome, guys. I think he likes your impression of him, Glenn. Oh, and Linda Falk was here. She did say she enjoyed the show, and so
Appreciate it.
she did post earlier that it was $3.99. I don't know if I showed that here when we were talking about the ToyShock. Okay, so
Yeah,
at least
you
we have
already
that.
did.
Okay, I want to make sure we have all that in there. So
Well,
for the recording, so because everybody asks the same questions over and over and over and over again.
well, I bet everyone enjoyed drunk.
We're still waiting.
P-dubs
Where's
and
your
drunk
review?
John.
You're slacking too. You're supposed to have the review on the He-Man and Skeletor. What are you waiting for?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I'm not doing one.
What?
Cracking that
Because
whip.
I already opened it.
That's why I sent it to you. You had to do an unboxing and you had to do a review. Come on, man.
Jeez.
Yeah. Now you gotta carefully place it back in the package. Try to make it look like you didn't.
I
open
already
it,
threw away
and
the
act
stuff.
surprised.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
John D posted
So,
down
boom.
here pinball news. So next week. So maybe there'll be another announcement from John D next week.
Okay.
Possibly.
Let me pull that up
Right.
here. Pinball news soon. Well, that's good. I mean, so somebody's like, when's the next pinball announcement? John, that's what John D.
I
Pinball
think
news.
actually what John D was going to announce. I mean, he didn't come on, but he was going to announce that it's going to be a Arcade1Up contest with a high score wins a date with the Glenster.
Well, then he's got to
Right.
get cruising. He's got to get cruising out. Yeah.
You have
John
to
D.
smile,
We're
ladies. Look,
waiting
ladies.
for that.
No lady wants to.
He's been light on the dates this week. So
Yeah.
all right, guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Where's P-Dubs and them? There you go. Go ahead and throw out whatever you want to throw out.
The drunk guys.
Last words, and then we'll go around.
Yeah, so in about 30 minutes, although we've definitely started ahead of everybody, a bunch of folks are coming for the IRK party here in the office, and Jong is going to be live streaming the party, and you will get we're going to rip off the Tech Buzz, the real world reactions
Nice.
from casual gamers playing his devices. So make sure you guys tune into the iArcade YouTube channel and the iArcade Facebook page to check out that stream and get real world opinions, not just, sellouts like P-Dubs,
Hey, copying is the greatest form of flattery, isn't that right? Is that the whatever?
Something like
No,
that.
no,
Something like that.
you're just gonna get
Unless
copyrighted.
Kathleen Kennedy's name is involved with it, then
Oh well, yeah,
copying-
that's different.
copying A New Hope for Rise of whatever movie she did. I don't care.
So is this?
Rise of
They're good movies,
Skywalker.
Glenn. Give it a rest. They're good movies.
So
Rise
this
of
is
No,
Skywalker.
they're not.
this is going to
Yes,
be on.
they are.
This is going to be on the iArcade fan page.
Yeah, the iArcade corporate Facebook page and their YouTube page and their
Okay.
Twitch, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And a Twitch.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
Good.
be
He said
right
that
on.
Just don't have P-Dubs
Got it
run
right.
the camera. I almost got sick earlier when he was moving the camera. So that's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
He's had
by,
too many.
By the way,
thank you, sweetheart.
by
You're
the way,
welcome.
this is a real pity because I'm like this close to getting really drunk. And like 5 more minutes. And if you were doing this show for 5 more minutes, I would have like spilled out everything.
Oh, we got 5 more minutes.
Yeah, but
But
see,
I'm
but
not
wait a
really
second,
gonna-
John. P-Dubs already gave me the link to the secret Dropbox that he uploaded all the video content to. So I'll be leaking that later on when you're live doing. I'll be leaking it out, and I'll be doing breaking news. But wait, I'm gonna wait until after P-Dubs puts it all, and then I'm gonna unpack it and re-record it and say, look what we announced.
I wouldn't
you
put
go.
it past.
And it looks like John D said, let me plug something as well. He said, watch QVC tomorrow and the Home Shopping Network on the weekend. So
Let me. What did he say on Facebook or YouTube? Because I'll pull the comment up.
he said it on YouTube. So if
Okay.
you're looking, for some Cutco knives, something like that.
Only like 90-year-old women watch QVC and HSN. Come on, man. Can you get that? Can you get that on ESPN, John D? I mean, come on, man.
That'll be really cool. So maybe there's going to be a new exclusive cabinet coming. Maybe a Cruisin' USA or maybe a Partycade or something.
Oh yeah, we saw those two
Don't
new
get me
party
excited
cades
like
recently.
that.
Yeah.
Don't get me excited like that.
I'm gonna have to find a place to put this stuff, man. Jeez.
Daniel's wearing a green shirt. He can live outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Give him the blanket, couple of Skittles, he'll be all right.
All right, no
Kids gotta learn how to live.
super
All
game
right, we
room
gotta
dudes.
take off.
No super game
We
room
got-
dudes this
We
week.
got people showing up. What was that?
No super game room dudes this week.
I am not in a position to film Super Game Room Dudes tonight.
You're not because
All
you're
right,
drunk.
so tell everybody where they can find you, P-Dubs.
You look. You go to the end.
And you.
Ah.
That's what happens when you give somebody that's under,
Dad.
the influence of alcohol. You give them
Oh,
a
my
microphone
goodness. He
and a platform.
hit the
they
wrong.
They choke.
Yeah, he was a little. They were both a little
Drunk.
He
tipsy.
got Matt Damon.
Yeah.
He got Matt Damon.
All right, so let's wrap this up. Doug, what do you got going on this week? Any new videos?
No, I'm gonna relax this weekend, watch some football, and
Sweet.
not cause you to spend any money. I promise.
I will be spending money because I'm going to the games. I'm going to hopefully do a weekly pickup this week. I got some messages that the game store's got some interesting stuff, so I might be picking some stuff up this weekend. So we'll see.
Ooh, some goodies.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
We-
Mr. Glenn, what do you got this weekend besides having to work here after this?
Oh.
Yeah, after this, I gotta run over to the hospital. Got some stuff to do there. Tomorrow, big day. I have a washing machine that's got bearings that need to be replaced. I'll do an episode on that. Replacing retro ball bearings in an LG washing machine. Look out for that. Retro grass. Got to cut the grass one last time. And then, as Doug knows, he's a big Halloween fan as well. I need to get up in that attic and pull down the other 95% of my decorations and get started on scaring the poop out of poor little children and getting their candy.
Hooray!
No, wait, giving them candy or getting their candy?
Oh, yes, both, because I generally leave them on the floor. But I want to thank Apple so much. Apple, thanks so much for taking Charlotte Brown, all the shows we watched as kids, and took it away from network television. Thank you so much, Apple. You guys are the bomb. Love you.
Yeah, that was rough.
It's okay. It'll be fine.
At least
really
I
not.
have Charlie Brown on Apple TV.
Well, you have Apple TV, so you're good. So, well, guys, except for if I do a weekly pickup video, maybe I'll have that up. Maybe I'll get it edited tomorrow. But I know we'll have game night tomorrow, so we'll see if I get something new. I know some people have requested, Glenn, some of the old retro systems that I have that I didn't have as a kid, to do a review with some real people playing them to see what their thoughts are in this day and age.
Oh my God! You just remind me of something, dude. We want Pong. Atari Pong is coming out again. How did we forget about that? Real
No.
quick.
Well,
Arcade1Up.
I am buying like 12 of them.
Well, okay, so if John D's still here, can he confirm that? Is Arcade1Up on that or not? Because I've seen conflicting stories. I've seen two articles
John
saying
D's
that
here. I
it's...
thought they were doing it.
I thought they were too, but some other people were saying that it wasn't Arcade1Up. Is that truly Arcade1Up?
That John
Maybe they're
D's
just
still
distributing
here.
it.
I don't know, and I'm not being. I've seen two articles where two people posted it.
Yep.
They didn't mention anything about Arcade1Up, but then I seen one where somebody posted and said it was Arcade1Up.
John D's there. John D. The question is, this new tiny Pong machine. Is Arcade1Up involved with this machine? Because we've been seeing conflicting reports. Some saying that Arcade1Up is doing this machine, and others you're not mentioned.
Yeah.
We're just trying to find out if you guys are involved with that or not.
Some people are saying that it is an Atari Pong released by Arcade1Up, and Mike.
Because we know Arcade1Up's got a really new tight licensing deal with Atari, the partners.
So
we got an He said but is that a yes or no or
okay? He
what?
did say they are involved, but we will announce soon. So maybe somebody accidentally again. Maybe this was one of those jumping the gun, kind of like GameStop did, where they announced. So maybe he's not at liberty to talk about that just yet. But okay. Well, that would explain why. Remember, I said I saw 2 articles where they didn't mention Arcade1Up, so I was kind of leery on the credibility of the source.
Well, as we know, that I will be getting a few of those. There should be one in every one of
Just say the least, you'll be getting a few. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so we squeezed that in for the
Paul
last.
Berries said
the last little minute.
It's on the site.
It's right on the website. Okay. Well, I haven't been to the website today, so.
What's a website? Is that a BBS?
No. It's
All right, Dial. I got a 300 baud modem. Can I call it?
No. It's a thing where you go on your computer and type.
Daniel, he knows. He's playing with you. So who's messing with who now?
Right over the head.
All right, guys.
Right over the head.
Well, we will. We'll keep our eyes out, peeled for that, and we'll see. And see. We had a lot to talk about. We'll get the other gentleman, Zach, back on in the future and learn more about that. But I do encourage you guys. I know he's not on here right now, but I do encourage you guys. I'm gonna back it because I always like the game directories, and I don't back too many Kickstarters unless they're from reputable companies. But this seems like something to get behind. I would head on over, see even if it's a couple bucks, like Glenn said, throw it out there and see what happens. But we'll have him on in the future.
And if you want to see his other quality work, Viva Amiga, you can get it on YouTube and Apple TV. It's like $1.99, I think. But it'll give you a good insight on the Amiga, first of all, which is awesome because it's like the best machine ever. And just his artwork and style that he does is very, very good. And I have high hopes for this new Kickstarter he's doing, and I can't wait.
Awesome. Well, guys, it's been great. We've had a lot of fun. We will see you next time. Until next time, keep it buzzing.